Jamahal Hill versus Khalil Roundtree has been rebooked for UFC Fight Night Kansas City, and we're gonna talk about this fight. This is a fight that obviously was supposed to happen last year, but Khalil Roundtree tested positive. Went on to fight Alex Pereira somehow in a really good fight. Won the first two rounds, and then we obviously have Jamahal Hill coming off of two knockout losses to Jiri Prochazka and Alex Pereira. So we're gonna go through this match. We're gonna go through what will happen in the light heavyweight division. So if they interest you, stick around. Now, looking at this, looking at this fight here, we have two of the top guys, the two guys last to face Alex Pereira in the octagon, both getting knocked out. You look at who I want to do first. Let's do Khalil Roundtree first. So Khalil coming off of a really good fight against Alex Pereira, where he won the first two rounds, looked really good, and showed to be a much bigger threat than many expected to Alex Pereira. Before that, he was riding a five-fight win streak, beating guys like Anthony Smith by TKO or uppercut left combo, beat Chris Dawkins by TKO too. Then before that, having a split decision with Dustin Jacoby and KOing Carl Robertson. You know, it was definitely one of the weirder matchups we had because at the same time we had Magomed Ankalaev fighting Alexander Rakic the week or like a week or two before. Um, but I like Khalil. He's very durable, has a ton of power. I want to see him mixing the wrestling though. He is a stand-up fighter. However, I do believe had he would have implemented some kind of wrestling game against Pereira, could have been a much more interesting fight. Now moving over to Jamahal Hill. Jamahal Hill is uh an interesting fighter. I want to pull up his whole record actually. So when you look at Jamahal Hill coming out of where was this again? Um, can't tell. But coming out of like a amateur, had a second round knockout, making his pro debut. Unanimous decision over Alex Davidson, KO Mike Johnson, William Vincent, Jaquan Townsend, and started off on a pretty good win streak in his career, making it to the UFC in 20. Well, would have been 2019, but that bout got canceled. Before that, he did have a fight on Contender Series, winning by a second round TKO. Then he makes his debut against Darko Stosic and wins by decision. Has a no contest against Hilton Abreu. Next fight, he goes in there with OSP, legend of the division, not TKOs in the second round. Loses to Paul Craig, Paul Craig has a lot of sneaky wins over guys like Jamal Hill, Uncle Ive, guys like that. Then we had Jimmy Crute, came back, rebounded, got a TKO in the first round, knocked out Johnny Walker. This was when Johnny Walker was getting fraud checked. Thiago Santos, he TKO'd him, who fought John Jones with one leg for the title. Well, his leg got battered in that fight. Then you had the unanimous decision win against Glover Teixeira after, uh, that was after Yuri vacated the title, after Yuri got the last second submission over Glover, but this is an amazing one. Glover Teixeira is very underrated, and when it comes time to talk about UFC 313, I'm gonna elaborate that more. But You look at this guy. There's only two losses in the UFC. Well, I guess three. Minus the Paul Craig one, who once again has wins over big guys. Alex Pereira, Jiri Prochazka. He's on a two-fight losing streak to two of the best. Now, to give Jamal Hill credit, his injury did kind of prevent him from, potentially going on to defend the belt a few times. I like the fact that he vacated the belt, but I feel like we missed a lot of his momentum in 2023 moving into 2024 from the injury. Um, See, he's a good fighter. He's really good fighter, really good hands. It's just the durability and the pressure that Khalil Roundtree showed in that match with Alex Pereira. One, he made it further than Jamal Hill. I know MMA math doesn't work all the time, but you look at it there. Khalil Roundtree showed insane durability and has shown a lot of incredible durability in his fights. Or to do that in a fight against Pereira, where you were winning in the first two rounds, that's more than what we've seen from Jamal Hill. I picked Jamal Hill to beat Yuri Prochazka in that fight because I think that Yuri Prochazka, as talented as he is, one of my favorite fighters, his defense is always questionable. You know, the thing where he dives his head to block a body punch? Yeah, not very smart in a cage. But getting in that fight showed off incredible defense, showed the patience, and was able to get the knockout in the what the yeah, he was able to get the knockout in the third round, well, TKO, I guess. But man, it was a performance mirror that I wanted to see for a while because that's what made me a fan of his the technical skills, the power, the speed. Um, but yeah, so in this fight, I gotta go Roundtree. Like my initial thoughts are one, the Pereira fight, but two, momentum is a big thing in MMA. I talked about this in my Henry Cejudo video where it's different because he got injured. He didn't retire. Where being active and having consistent performances are crucial to these top level guys, the guys that make it to the title. And I have no doubt in my mind that Jamal Hill is capable of going on a run. I know he lost to Yuri. I know he lost to Alex, but I still can see him going on a title run, making his way back to the belt. Whether it would be against Alex, which I doubt, or if it would be a rematch against Yuri, or even somebody else, like a Jamahal Hill, over, which comes to the final point I want to make, and then I want to move a little bit into the King Rain Marco Rufio fight. So if Alex Pereira moves out of this division, your number one A, one B would be Jiri, would be on Kawhi. Jiri only losing to Pereira in this current division. And then on Kawhi, who is on an 8 fight win streak going into a fight against Alex Pereira, potentially wins the belt. We'll have to see how he performs against Alex Pereira. But Jamal Hill and Khalil Roundtree would be guys that could potentially go for a title, win that title without a Pereira in the division. I don't think it's likely that Khalil will be able to beat an Clive or Jamahal Hill will be able to beat an Clive. But the chances are there. They have definitely shown that they are two guys that can hang in there with the best of the best. And I really like this fight. I would have liked to seen it sooner. You know, it would have given the Khalil Pereira match more, you know, it would have meant more if that Khalil fight did happen last year. But with that, uh, never mind. It was right after the Pereira fight. For some reason, I thought it was before. Like, with that, if Khalil came out one against Jamal Hill, that would have, put him in the title conversation. It would have given that match between Pereira and Khalil Roundtree more value. But hey, still turned out to be a banger fight. This should be a good way. I feel like looking at Khalil, I feel like if he rebounds potentially knocks out Jamal Hill, he'll be closer to a title fight than if Jamal Hill wins this with the recent knockout loss that he took the year. And that's another thing, too. This knockout loss in happened in January, and he's going to come back in April. So February, March, not even 3 months after. Well, no, it would have been over the 3 months. Yeah. So he's coming out back after a knockout loss. 3 months. That's another factor that makes me lean towards Khalil because we've seen a lot of these guys, Volkanovski, for example, who get KO'd, come back way too quick, and their chin hasn't recovered. They can take their way and knocked out. But credit to him, I've actually become a really big Jamal Hill fan with his recent antics. I think that the guy is fucking hilarious. That might just be me, but yeah, that's it out for this video though. I'll go into a more technical breakdown. Like, it comes down to the durability of Khalil Roundtree. I think you could maybe give this skill to Jamal Hill, but I'm not sure who is the bigger power puncher at this moment. Um, I don't really know when it comes to the grappling what Khalil Roundtree is capable of. We'll have to see it, but once again, this is an amazing fight. I really like this fight. And yeah, let me know in the comments down below who do you have winning this fight, and what do these guys have to do to challenge for the title, whether it's Alex Pereira, whether it's Muhammad Alive, or whether it's potentially for a vacant belt. Let me know in the comments.